I reported my annoying neighbor until he moved. I just want peace and quiet, and to be left alone. I'm in my late 20s and live alone, and I really hate kids. My neighborhood is a group of separate houses without yards that are spaced close to each other. I've lived here for 5 years by myself and it's perfect, everything I've ever wanted, no yards to take care of, and no kids around making noise. The houses share a large T-shaped cement driveway, and none of us have ever interacted with each other. We come and go, stay quiet, and mind our own business. There's a small park down the street with grass for those who want it, literally a 30 seconds walk away. About a year ago, a guy with a lot of little kids moved into my neighborhood. As always, I just drove past him like anyone else, and closed my garage, never spoke to him, no problem. Over time, he started making himself at home. He would park his large truck in the motor court, which has a sign saying it's illegal because it's a fire lane. It would block his neighbor's garage across from him. He would set up lawn chairs in front of his neighbor's garage, and have the little kids out there running and screaming right in front of people's houses and garages, so we would have to listen to it, and then try not to run over the children as we back our cars out of the garages. He would rev his motorcycle at 8 a.m. on a Saturday, and wake up the neighborhood. When his kids would be blocking the driveway, they'd take their sweet time moving. Because of this, I did one simple thing. When I would come home every day and drive past/around them, I wouldn't wave back when he waved at me. Oh, how that hurt his pride. He should have left it at that, but no. He had to press the issue. So he started waving more, and then shouting at me as I drove past, and then telling his kids to stop and stand and wave at me as I always drove past and ignored them all. Until eventually he didn't like how I drove around his kids that were in the way, even though I always drive at a safe/slow speed there, so he tried to confront me. He shouted at my car, then came to my garage as I was already getting out of the car and had the garage closing, so it closed right in his face without me ever looking at him. Lamau. He didn't like that, so he immediately walked to my front door, saw that I had a doorbell camera, and turned around and walked away. Couple days later, coming home, he was crossing the driveway as I arrived, and because he had told the kids to stop and wave at me, the dipshit stopped in the middle, so he stood in my way to block my car while trying to get the kid to move. And so I honked for 3 seconds right in his face until he moved. That was our last interaction, and I decided he's annoyed me enough. I live in Hoa. I don't actually care about any of the rules, but I decided to use them all to report him endlessly for every violation I knew of, using my dash cam on my car for screenshots with evidence. His parking in the motor court stopped after they gave him a ticket. He had to throw out the child's playhouse he had set up next to his garage. I kept reporting him for having an open garage door that I don't actually care about, in order to get him to have to stop hanging out in the motor court, and I don't know, use his brain and take the kids down the street to the park. Only took 4 months of reporting him repeatedly, and he just moved out. TLDR, my neighbor was being a jackass, so I reported him for Hoa violations I don't actually care about until he finally gave up and moved away. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching as I continue to improve my videos.